Hello students, my name is Preda and today from your EVS book Enviro, we are going to be reading chapter number 5. So let us start reading this chapter. This is chapter number 5 and the name of the chapter is Skills and Professions. So let us start reading this chapter. All of us cannot do everything. We need many other things and services to live comfortably. We need doctors, drivers, plumbers, teachers, mechanics, electricians, tailors, architects, and so many other. This means that people with different skills live together in a society and help one another. Like a mason will help you build your house, a plumber will help you solve issues at your home related to water or taps, an electrician is there to repair any electronic items. So we need all these people in our lives and all of us live together in the society. If we want to get our car repaired, we need to go to a mechanic. If we need to get our house painted, we need to go to a painter. People do different kinds of work based on their talents and their interests. The work that each adult does to earn a living and to provide services is known as a occupation. Some occupations need a lot of study, practice and training. Some do not need that much of training or study but require practice. An occupation that requires special training and formal qualification is referred to as a profession. Let's understand this with an example. So, someone who's a potter, someone who makes clay pots, he is into so potter is an occupation or a profession? It is an occupation because it does not really require any degree or any study as such, but it requires a lot of training that needs to be done. Someone need to actually make a lot of pots that might be very good in shape, might not be very good in shape, but after rigorous practice that person will be able to become good enough in the skill of a potter. So potter is an occupation. Let's say there's a person who's a doctor. Is that a profession? Yes, because it requires a lot of studying. It requires special training, formal qualification. So this is how you differentiate between profession and an occupation. Then they have spoken about certain skills: pottery, embroidery, carpet weaving, cloth weaving, basket making, wood carving, etc. These are also called as traditional skills and they are generally passed from one generation to another. India is known for its handicrafts. Every state of India has its particular craft. Families have been practicing these crafts for years. We should not let these practice die. Why? Because these reflect the amount of talent that people in India possess. Now they have given an example here. Kashmir is a state famous for a certain kind of embroidery. So embroidery is basically a kind of design which is made on a piece of cloth. These are people who are trained in this particular craft. Kolhapur, it is very famous for chappals, and Jodhpur in Rajasthan, it is known for making crafted footwear. Bengal is also famous for a particular kind of embroidery which is called as kantha work. There are skilled craft people who carry out this work. Pottery is also a skilled craft. Mechanics who repair cycles, scooters, cars, etc. are also trained. They generally work in garages. The above jobs that we have read about so far, they do not require any training in a professional college or institute. So these are all occupations. Remember difference between occupation and profession. Then professional skills that require you to study into a proper institute and take a degree, take proper training. These are all professional skills, and these includes engineers, doctors, teachers, etc. Engineers design and construct buildings, bridges. Doctors, of course, are there to treat us. Teachers teach students. It is very important to take any degree and knowledge before they start teaching. Then they have spoken about some uniform jobs. What do you mean by uniform jobs? The name itself tells you that those kind of jobs which require you to wear the same kind of uniform throughout the time you are in that, throughout the time when you are working as that person, like a guard in your locality, or maybe an army personnel. So they have such brilliant uniforms. You'll see police, all these are uniform jobs. There are also some other professions like radio jockey, which we call as RJing, also singing, acting, modeling, etc., which are different from other occupations. These professions also need a lot of practice and training. You know, one needs to be very creative to become an RJ, to become a singer. You need to have that talent, that singing talent inside you. Then we talk about gender and work. This basically tells you that uh, many years back, people had this mindset that a woman or the female section of the society is only fit for doing household chores, daily chores. But this mindset has changed over a period of time, when women have taken up challenging professions like into the army, they are into police forces. So this gender and work topic tells you that women too have the right and the talent to enter various professions. All right. Then dignity of work. This means that every working person contributes towards the betterment of the community. They work and when done honestly deserve respect. So that means, you know, even your maid deserves respect. So never ever treat someone according to their profession, because as it is said that, you know, no work is small. Every person who's working in the society is contributing towards it. Imagine you have to go to a wedding and you want to get a new dress stitched and there are no tailors. What would you do? Won't you be in a problem? The work of a sweeper or a garbage collector is as important as that of a doctor. No work is superior or inferior to the other one. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, said, just as there is no shame in being a laborer for oneself, so there is also there is no shame in laboring for others. So what have we understood from this chapter? That our society has people who are working in different professions and we need to respect each one of these people. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed reading this chapter.